Now, just before the break, you might have noticed I was a little bit excited. Our next guest has been in films including The Hobbit and The Girl on the Train, but his latest role has seen him travel to Mumbai. Luke Evans went to see how money raised for charity Save the Children's campaigning, including their Christmas Jumper Day, which is today, help support children on the ground. And I'm delighted to say Luke joins me now from our central London studio. But I would have been happy if you were here with me in the studio, but you know, whatever. But Luke, thanks so much for joining us. And first of all, tell us a bit about your trip to Mumbai. What exactly did you see when you went there?
Well, hello, how are you? I was invited to go to Mumbai with Save the Children very early on in the year, and it's taken a lot of organisation to get there, but I don't think I was ready or prepared for what I saw and the people I met, and the whole experience has just sort of changed my whole perspective on life, to be honest with you. I got to go to the slums in Mumbai. I mean, just a few facts about Mumbai. It's the fourth most populated city in the world. 20.7 million people live in Mumbai, and out of that 20.7 million people, 9 million of them are slum dwellers. And a lot of them are children living in poverty, which is hard to describe. I mean, they have basically nothing. And one of the big things they don't have, or they didn't have, was an education, any sort of education. So I went to see the program and the project that Save the Children in Bulgaria had funded and created, which was getting these kids in the slums to get to go to a school, to learn just a higher level of education. I mean, most of these children never go to school, but also the level of education that other children outside of the slums get is minimal, and they leave without being able to do simple math and reading and writing. So we had this big blue bus that has been turned into a classroom, basically, with pictures and drawings, and a teacher that had been trained to a much higher level so that the kids could have a real better grasp on just the simple stuff that we, when we were in school, we just take for granted. These kids don't have it. And I saw it, and I met hundreds of children. I went to a school outside of Mumbai in a place called Pune as well. And I was introduced to two children. One was a young boy called Raja, who lived actually in the slum with his mum and his siblings and father. He worked in a factory. It was child labor, basically, and he was helped through Save the Children, helping his parents understand that he needed to come out of that and needed to go to school. And so he did go to school. He went into this bus, and he started to learn and to read and to write and be able to help his other siblings. There's this support and sibling network that they help each other, and they're young, and just the warmth and generosity of these people is what really left a mark on me. The positive nature and graciousness of who they are, from being a child to adults. They share and they care and they want to help each other, you know. So I saw this young boy, Raja, help his siblings, and this kid had dreams, you know. He didn't have anything before, and I sat in this one room, in this corrugated sheeting walled room where they lived in the slums, next to open drains, 20 steps from the biggest landfill in Asia, which is where a lot of the children work and play, around filth, basically, dirt and germs and diseases which we wouldn't want our children to be anywhere near, and these children have nowhere else to go, and they're surrounded by this. And he sat there, and I asked him about his dreams. I said, what would you want to be when you grow up? And he wanted to be a scientist, and he wanted to help children and fight for child abuse, because it's a huge issue in India, as it is in many other places in the world. This kid was like thinking about what he could do with the education that he was getting, and it was very humbling and also wonderfully inspiring. It didn't make me emotional. I didn't want to cry at all. I didn't want to have any feeling sorry for them. I was inspired by them, and I came home just invigorated by this zest for life and having a dream. These kids have a dream in this darkest of places, but it was extraordinary. And just to see this project, which is very simple. This project, it's not a overly complicated thing that they're doing, but without it, they have nothing. These kids don't have a place to come out of the slum, to get on a bus, to sit in what is a schoolroom, basically, on a bus. This bus travels 10 different stops all the way around this slum. That's how big it is. Throughout the day, and other children jump on, do their classes, jump off, and other kids, and it was just truly wonderful to see.